Welcome back. Breaking news overnight. Savannah Guthrie's brother, Cameron, making an urgent plea for his mother, Nancy's return, as the search now is entering day 6.
This is Cameron Guthrie. I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
The FBI is offering a $50,000 in a reward for any information leading up to the discovery of the 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. The Pima County Sheriff's Office says that they believe Guthrie is still out there. That's what the sheriff said yesterday. But he claimed that he still doesn't have a suspect or a person of interest. The first ransom deadline passed. That was yesterday at 5 o'clock. And a second, what we understand is a, quote, more consequential deadline, is coming up on Monday at 5 o'clock. Here's the FBI special agent in charge. FBI has been getting much more involved. Watch.
We are aware of a ransom letter that was sent to the local media and then to national outlets. We have made one arrest related to an imposter ransom demand, and a complaint will be presented to a magistrate judge later today. The ransom itself, one talked about an Apple Watch, and one talked about a floodlight. The ransom note that was distributed to the media did make a demand for 5 p.m. today. And if a transfer wasn't made, then I think a second demand was for next Monday.
Joining me now is former FBI special agent. She is Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Nicole, thanks very much for weighing in. And I know you've been covering this as close as anyone these last couple of days. Does it seem to you, based on what we've learned, that this is a one-man operation, multi-people going in there, abducting Nancy? How does it feel to you, Nicole?
That's a great question. That's a question that I have as well. This appears to be highly orchestrated, quite sophisticated, and I would be very anxious to see what the answer to that question is. It might be difficult for one person to pull this off, but again, they had 45 minutes based on the timeline. It was approximately 45 minutes from the time that the doorbell camera was disabled to the time that her pacemaker stopped syncing to her devices. And so that is very telling. That's, not much time to do a lot of damage, and it's absolutely heartbreaking, heart-wrenching what this family is going through. But it's so important to look at these ransom emails. The family has now tried to communicate to the offender twice. Savannah and her sister came out, the siblings came out, and then just last night, Cameron came out independently with another communication asking the offender, please communicate with us, talk to us, please. We need proof of life. So far, nothing. And something that I think is interesting is normally, again, typically, not always, you will hear back within about 24 hours, something of this case, 24, 48 hours. But it has been radio silence, and I don't think that's a coincidence because they know that law enforcement is all over them, and any form of communication that they give right now will give more clues and evidence to law enforcement to track them down. And again, it's unusual also to see a 2-tier deadline. The first deadline was 5 p.m. last night, and then now it's another deadline of Monday. That is highly unusual for a case like this.
Yeah, and you mentioned Savannah's sister, Ann. We have video of Ann's home. Ann is married to Tommaso. When the sheriff was asked who dropped Nancy off after they had dinner, apparently she had dinner with Ann on the 31st, the sheriff said, well, we're just going with, quote-unquote, family. So they wouldn't release who exactly dropped Nancy off after dinner. Was it Ann and Tommaso? Was it somebody else? I mean, she took an Uber to meet them, and Ann lives 10 minutes away from Nancy, and she took an Uber for a 10-minute ride. You mentioned something interesting there. You said that there was 45 minutes or 40 minutes from the time the camera was disabled to the time that the pacemaker dropped off, meaning that she was out of the house. That's a long time to be in the house. I mean, you're talking about an 84-year-old woman. How much pushback could have you have gotten from an 84-year-old woman? That doesn't take 45 minutes, I imagine. So what do you suspect was going on in that house for 45 minutes?
Right, it's very difficult to know. Just based on my investigative experience, there could have been quite a struggle going on. I mean, I understand that this is a very strong-willed woman, and we don't know the condition that she was in when she left the home or was forced out of her home. We just don't know a lot about that. Maybe he was
cleaning up evidence. I mean, maybe he used the time to clean up evidence.
Exactly. There could be a lot going on in that home. And that's why I think it's interesting that the locals, release the crime scene so quickly. And again, the FBI comes in and says, no, we're going to come in and do our own investigation. And I know that the FBI is carrying a lot of weight right now. They're doing a lot of work. They're, investigating the ransom note, the banks, the finances, the social media accounts, the phone companies, the digital footprint. But let's go back to Annie Guthrie real quick, because that's extremely important. Was it normal for Nancy to go to Annie's house? Did she go there quite frequently on a Saturday night for dinner? Was it normal for her to take Ubers? I know that the FBI and law enforcement is looking very closely at her Uber patterns and even specifically speaking to the Uber driver. Was it normal for a family member to drop her off afterwards? And was it just the brother-in-law? Was Annie also in the car? Were there any family quarrels going on? Were there any discussions about finances, any wills that were being discussed? Again, the law enforcement will rule out absolutely nothing. But I also think it's important from an investigative perspective, the pacemaker. We know that the heart rate, you can measure that on the pacemaker. I would be interested to know, was there any substantial heart rate activity on that car ride? Were there any sort of, anomalies in her heart rate during the time that she was picked up for dinner and the time that she was dropped off for dinner, and then obviously at the time of the, assault. So it's going to be very interesting. Those are the types of things, Maria. Law enforcement's getting into granular details right now. They've got to dig deep to determine what exactly happened. But looking at the family, they said, we will rule no one out at this time.
Right. And he was asked specifically about family members. The sheriff was asked yesterday about family members, and he said, we're not ruling anybody out. You make a good point about the will. I had not thought about the will. Nicole, thank you. We're going to keep following all of this, and we so appreciate your involvement here. Nicole Parker, we'll talk soon.